They say men are married to their motors first, and this week I met one such gentleman, V.N. Chandrasekhar. Now us girls don't really go crazy over cars, but a tough Jeep. Now that's a different story altogether. Just look at this handsome fellow standing like an angry young man with broad shoulders in his garage, and you'll know what I mean.
The fascination for cars is in my blood from my childhood.
What started off as a childhood love for the Mayflower and Triumph ended up becoming Chandrasekhar's profession when he started a car dealership, Triumph Motors, named after his favorite bike, Triumph. From a Standard to a Benz with a left-hand wheel to even a bullock cart, Chandrasekhar collects them all. He is now the proud owner of something more thrilling.
Though I have had many cars, this Jeep fascinated me more in the recent past. We bought it. Though I am 67-year-old, after buying this Jeep, whenever I drive, I feel very young and energetic.
But poor Chandrasekhar doesn't get to enjoy the vehicle much. What with his adventurous son Vivek, who abducts it at every given opportunity. But Daddy Dear will never allow him to take it on off-road trips.
I don't like to give this for off-roading because it gets spoiled. Restoration will be difficult. It's only one of its kind, very rare model. So we'd like to preserve it as a collector's piece.
The Jeep naturally carries a certain charm. Doesn't its military color tell you something? It's a machine chiseled for tough tasks and terrains, just like what the army is used to. This Willys CJ6 served the UNICEF in India from 1967 to 1995, and it was lovingly brought home by Chandrasekhar a year ago. Another distinguishing feature is the name Willys embossed at the front and rear. After Kaiser took over Willys, the Jeeps were named as just CJ3, 5 and 6. This rugged wagon made sure it retained the Willys identity. Another element that makes it special is its engine.
The Hurricane engine has been a very advanced engine for its time. It has a very unique feature that it has inlet valves on the head and exhaust valves on the block. It's called the F-head engine. And it has been a very powerful and fast engine during those years, so that it has been named as a Hurricane. So the name has still stuck, and it's pretty good even to today's modern times. It's a 2100cc engine, and it's very powerful even to today's, compared to today's modern engines. It's very powerful off the road. It has got very good low end torque, and it makes it as a very worthwhile engine even today as off-roading.
A majority of CJ5s and CJ6s that are imported into India have the two-wheel drive. But this unique guy possesses a four-wheel drive and a 101-inch wheelbase. This means better stability and a lower center of gravity. This Jeep has a double-layered roof to provide heat insulation. There is also an air vent right on top. The seats are detachable, so it could serve as an ambulance as well.
This vehicle also has a very good toolkit facility on the cowl, which other vehicles don't have. Other Jeeps have not featured this particular thing. It makes access very easy, and in this vehicle it also doubles up as a first aid kit in case of emergency. Perhaps this is the reason why my father is so possessive of it and does not allow me to use it on regular off-road use.
Off-road trips? That caught my attention. Chandrasekhar's son Vivek has promised to take me along on one of those trips. Yay! I'm so excited. Moving on, this is a very important month for the lesbian, gay, bisexual and transgender community in the city. There are a host of activities that have been planned out for the June Pride month. But one event certainly looks like the show stealer. Sarah finds out all about it.
The excitement in the room is tangible. There's a flurry of activity and a clash of colors. Lights, camera, bling. All the vital ingredients of a photo shoot. But this is no ordinary photo shoot. The 7 ladies here are all finalists of the Miss Sahodran 2010 beauty contest. Now this contest is one of the most glamorous events in the long list of activities part of this year's lesbian, gay, bisexual and transgender Pride. Other than the beauty contest, there are various other events lined up until the end of the month.
The US Consul is screening a documentary called Prodigal Sons, which is basically looking at the life of a transgender person and her relationship with her siblings and in her family. On the 12th morning, this consulate is again screening Milk, the film. That evening at Madras Terence House, we are having a poetry recitation, a reading of poetry by 2 renowned poets. On June 13th, we have a support group which is started by Center for Counseling for the family members of LGBT people, helping them cope with the orientation of their siblings. On 14th morning, there's a web chat with Minal Hajratwala. She is a LGBT writer of Indian origin. That evening at Shakti Center in Besanagar, basically have a discussion and debate on the whole census procedure, that the population studies here, how do they incorporate transgender people into the census. 18th, the event is at Alliance Francaise. It's a poster exhibition and postcard exhibition by this group called Sahodari. On 19th and 20th, at Spaces, there's a cultural program called Nirangal, where various LGBT groups and individuals will perform.
But of course, the most dazzling event is the Miss Sahodran 2010 beauty contest. This was started by Sunil Menon in 1999 and has ever since been a great platform for trans women.
I won a Miss Sahodran 2007, and after that, I trained myself as a model with the help of Mr. Sunil Menon. I participated in Miss India runner-up, like Indian Super Queen. I went to Bombay for 25 days. Even for that also, Mr. Sunil, he prepared me. He gave me a nice training, and I myself have prepared as a model and did 3 to 4 shows with the Sunil Menon.
This year, there were 18 contestants in total, and the audition itself was a grand event.
Actually, here that I call my contest Glamour and Guts, just for the fact that you need guts to come out in front of so many people as a trans person or as a cross-dressed person and say, you know, I want to take part in this beauty contest. So the audition was very important for me because we want to take out the boldest of the lot. So that was something the judges had to look at, like how confident they were in front of a live audience and talking in front of that audience. Plus also, we wanted to see how they carried themselves and how they spoke.
After being questioned on various topics, the panel of judges finally narrowed down 7 finalists. These ladies were of course ecstatic. All the hard work in preparing had finally paid off.
என்னோட பாடி மெயின்டைன் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன் இப்போ. அது இல்லாம என்னோட வாக் ஸ்டைலை வந்து கொஞ்சம் சரி பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன். ஃபுட் வந்து நார்மலா டயட்ல இருக்கிறேன். அது இல்லாம என்னோட பியூட்டி, என்னோட அழகு சம்பந்தப்பட்ட விஷயத்துல வந்து ரொம்ப வந்து கான்சன்ட்ரேஷன் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன். எனக்கு வந்து இந்த 26ல வந்து நடக்க போற அந்த மிஸ் சகோதரங்கிற ப்ரோக்ராம் வந்து ரொம்ப எதிர்பார்க்க முடியாத ஒரு விஷயமா இருக்கு. அதுல வந்து கண்டிப்பா வந்து சர்ப்ரைஸ் வாங்கணும் அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு நம்பிக்கையில இருக்கிறேன்.
When we caught up with the 7 starlets, they were bursting with excitement, giggling nervously as each one waited her turn to strike a pose in front of the camera. A profile picture is most important for each girl because this time around, Miss Sahodran is a little different.
This time we wanted to make it very interactive. We wanted people across the country to actually be part of the process. Their photographs and profiles will be up on a website. People can go online and vote for their favorite contestant. Plus also there will be an SMS number through which you can just SMS the code number of that contestant and you log in your favorite contestant.
In the finals, other than the top 3 winners, there also will be one girl who wins the award for most popular contestant. This will depend on your votes. But irrespective of what happens at the finals on the 26th of June, all 7 ladies are on top of the world about making it so far.
மிஸ் சகோதரன் வாங்குறதுன்றது வந்து ஒரு மிஸ் இந்தியா, மிஸ் யூனிவர்ஸ் அந்த மாதிரி வாங்குற ஒரு ஃபீல். ஆக்சுவலாக வந்து நான் வின் பண்ணதுனால என்னோட சேம் கம்யூனிட்டி, என்னோட 7 கண்டஸ்டன்ட் இருக்காங்க, அவங்களில் யார் ஒருத்தர் வாங்கினாலும் எனக்கு ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம். இந்த 26க்காக ரொம்ப வெயிட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன். ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா இருக்கு.
In the few days leading up to the D-Day, the ladies will have a lot more preparing to do. Walking lessons with Sunil, selection of their final outfits, and of course, hair and beauty tips that they can arm themselves with to make sure they stand out in front of the judges. These 7 beauties are poised and ready. Remember, your votes can make a difference, so make sure you vote for your favorite lady before the 25th of June.
Wow, what a show! We'll keep our fingers crossed for all 7 ladies. If you want to share your thoughts on our metro and its people, just write in to feedback@ndtv-hindu.com. See you next week with lots more from our evergreen metro.